Good afternoon. Oh, my voice went funny then. Hello. How are we? Happy New Year. I was having this conversation with my niece the other day. Isn't it say have a happy New Year? Shouldn't it be have a happy New Year? Or I hope you have a happy New Year. You can't say have a happy, like you're directing a statement at the moment. Hope you have a happy New Year. Have a fantastic year. Have a wonderful New Year. Or I think you can't just say have a happy New Year. Or you can't just say Happy New Year. That's just like, it's a redundant statement, isn't it? Happy New Year. That doesn't mean anything. It doesn't. If you think about it, it doesn't mean anything. Happy New Year. Well, to me, it doesn't mean. It might mean something to somebody else, but you know what I mean. No, you don't. Clearly, I've got to explain myself. Explain yourself. So, I hope you have a Happy New Year because it makes more sense to me to say something like that. Think about it. You'll come to my way of thinking. Come to the dark side. I've got tea today. 13. I'm 13 already. The reason I got that is because they broke my mug, and this is the other. I've got a massive mug, which is like, I think you get a pint in it, which is too much really sometimes. But this is a good size of mug for me because I'm a big mug. So yeah. So how are we? How was your holidays? Me talking proper. How were the holidays for you? I hope everybody had a nice time. I hope everybody had a nice break. Because sometimes it's just having a break. You don't have to celebrate Christmas. You just need a break from everything, don't you? Like work and stuff. And some people work through it, but you know, seriously, you need to take some time. Sometimes you need to take some time. And Christmas is normally a good one that most people do. And so I think it's nice that like you say, if you've got family, to get together with family or get together with friends and just chill and relax. I know it's always over too quickly, but you know, it's you've got to take that time and have those moments. And it was, I mean, on the last video I talked about the review of the year, the shitty year, but it was like, I don't know if I said what I said, but and I stand by what I said, but I'm just like, but it's like peaks, and I was talking about this the other day. That's why peaks and troughs, isn't it? It's how many peaks you have to how many sort of low moments. Like normally it's steady, everything's steady. When you normally have to go work, come home, go work, come home. It's like that's your normal routine. And then you have your peaks of like, oh, this was brilliant, that was brilliant, this happened, that happened, a holiday, whatever. Then you have your troughs of something horrible that's happened, and I think it's the balance between the two. Not the balance between the two. To make it, I think how I worked it out was there was more low points than high points in the year. The Hunt's making it a shitty year. If it was the same, then I'll say it was alright. And if it was like most of the year was brilliant, and I've had those in the past, and I think that was a really good year. I hope I have another one like that, or if not better. So how the year ended and how the year starting, it's not so far. It's on a par with the last one really at the moment. But you know, I'll not get into the finer details of these things. But it's a bit shit really so far. But yeah, these little things help me. The little family get-togethers that we've had recently with a few one impromptu night that we weren't even going to do anything, and we ended up, let's go for a walk and let's walk to the pub and let's just have one. And it's never one. That was really nice, and I enjoyed that, and I enjoyed the talk. It was like, I enjoy conversations where they go from weird topics of conversation to really serious topics of conversation to just having fun conversation, and that's what that night was, which was fun. I enjoyed it, and I was the responsible older one who was never responsible, not the responsible one really. If you're putting me in that put on that sort of pedestal of responsible one, you really don't know. Nah, it never works. But I'm just as bad as everybody else. And not that everybody's bad, but you know, in a nice way. You just want to have a bit of fun, don't you? You want to just cut loose and chill, and that's what, yeah. But yes, so what I wanted to talk about last week was Spiderman. I'm not going to spoil it. I know. I mean, if you wanted to watch it, you should have watched it by now. So I'm still not going to spoil it because I'm not like that. Because I know a lot of people probably haven't watched it. They're not as into that sort of stuff as me. I mean, I watched twice at the cinema. I watched it. and I'd contemplate watching it again. But it is fantastic. It's so well done, and I can see why it's. I think it's the first Spiderman out of the. Actually, I can't say that because I haven't looked. But it's gone over the billion. I mean, considering it's a pandemic, it's gone over the billion world. I think it's dollars they do it in, but it's worldwide $1 billion. Wow, mate, well, the wind's picked up. I don't know if you can hear that, but yeah, it's been over $1 billion. So it's and it's reviews on the review aggregator Rotten Tomatoes. I think Metacritic as well is really high. It's done really well. That's critic score and audience scores. So yeah, it's definitely worth the watch. I really enjoyed it. I watched the new Matrix film as well, and it was an interesting idea. It wasn't. I'd say it was okay. It wasn't wow, and it wasn't shit. It wasn't shit. I can't get it to go. Yeah, I wouldn't say it was shit, but it was like so. It was yeah. We'll just say it was alright. It was alright. Yeah, it was alright. It wasn't that bad. Yeah, it wasn't as bad as some people are saying. I agree with some of them on the fights. The John Wick fight scenes are much better than those, but then the John Wick fight scenes are very different. Like if you're just talking Keanu Reeves, are very different because they're based in a reality. Like they're based in a normal street fight, and there's no. It's not Matrix, isn't it? Matrix fights are always going to be sort of. They have to be spectacular. You can run on walls, and you can, break a wall down and whatever. So they're always going to be a bit different. But the fight choreography, especially the first one, was much better, I think, than that one. Because the first one didn't use as many. I don't think it used as many special effects as the second and third ones did. But so the fights were grounded. Not, but they used wire work like they use in Chinese martial arts films. They use they do call it wire work. If you look at that old Hong Kong Chinese, they still do it now. But they use wire work. It's obviously more advanced now. But when they're flying and stuff like that, which I think they use more in the first one. I'm not sure. I could be 100%. I'd have to research it. But it just the fight scenes weren't the best, and I love a good fight scenes. I love a good fight scenes. I love good fight scenes in films. I do. But yeah. I definitely. I want to go watch. What did I want to go watch? What's out? The Kingsman's out, and 355 I think looks quite interesting as well. But yeah, as you know, I love going to watch the films at the cinema. It's my, as I call it, my happy place. So I can just I could happily go there now and just go and sit and watch a film. But there's a match on in a couple of hours, so can't really now, can I? Because I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to get closer to watching the match. I have worked out this morning, and I feel much better. I always feel much better. So I think I posted on my story about create your own struggle. I've talked about it before. You have to create your struggle sometimes. Clear your head. Cleared my head perfectly having that workout, and it was a struggle as well because I was doing sort of boxing rounds and clean and press. Power clean, clean and press. So you're lifting up the weight and then squat down and then power up. So you're just doing 10 sets of 10 of those. But I was trying to not do it with as many breaks in between. The break was only taking off my gloves sometimes and putting them back on again. But geez, after the third round, I was gasping. No, I was actually cardio wise I was alright, but my muscles were just like, can we have a break now? Can we just have 2 minutes, please? No, 2 minutes. Let's go. The last set was rough, but I did it, and I felt like I say I felt bad. Then I went for a walk, and I feel light as a feather now, mentally. That is, not physically, because that's my next 3 months to work on that. So then hopefully I'll feel light as a quite heavy feather, but a lighter feather than I am now. Made no sense at all, did it? Fucking stupid. Thank you for the nice messages that I got after the last one. The guys who sent messages to me. A few of them didn't know I did this because I've never really. It's organically this works. Is that if people find out, I don't sort of advertise it anywhere or put it on my thing. In fairness, that was the first time I'd put it on my personal social, personal Instagram, and that's what a couple of people picked up on it. Which I probably should have done before, but that wasn't like I don't know why I didn't do that before, but it was just that I'll just post it on there because I post it on my personal Facebook. I never post it on my personal Instagram. But yeah, so apologies if you didn't know. There's plenty for you to go back on. I did have a quick squeeze through, and there was I didn't realise how many I'd done. And as you can see, this is a week after the last one. I said I'd do it weekly, and it's a new year. It's 2022. I was going to say we're into a new decade, but we've been into a new decade since 2020. But we're still in the throes of now Omicron, now COVID, Omicron, the third iteration. I don't know. They say the sequels always get shitter. This one seems a little bit shitter than the last one because it's not as lethal. So let's look at it like that, shall we? But yeah, everybody seems to be healthy that I know at the moment. I know anybody that I know has had COVID recently have only said that they've got like sort of coldy symptoms rather than anything too serious. So fingers crossed, touch wood and all that. Everybody's safe and everybody's healthy, including you guys. Anybody that's listening is because yeah, it's just keep yourself safe and healthy, and then hopefully we can all have these little get-togethers that we all enjoy, and these oh, somebody's phoning. Has that paused my video? No, it's not. It's still going. I'm not going to answer it because I'm talking to you, and that person that's phoning could be a very long conversation. So hopefully they'll hang up in a minute because all I can see is their name on the screen, and my video's still recorded because I can see it. Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. I didn't really have. Spiderman was the only thing I had in my mind about talking about. I'm just gonna start Cobra Kai, the third series or third series, I think, isn't it? I haven't. I was starting it, and then people started talking, and I was like, I can't watch it because I want to watch it. So I'm to start that, but that ain't gonna take long to finish. I know. I'll binge through that, and then other than that, nothing much is happening really. What have I got to talk about? Not a lot. What am I going to talk about? I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I've done 12 minutes of nothing really, of nonsense. Christmas was Christmassy. Got some presents, got some smelly stuff. I always think that it was my sister bought me some sprays and all that sort of business. And I was like, do they think we smell something? Yeah, I do. I do stink. I need a shower. I haven't had a shower from my workout because I went for a walk. I worked out, went for a walk, came back, and then Mum would normally have made lunch for the boys, and she wasn't here, so I started making food for them, and then so I thought I'll have a shower in a bit, and then I thought, oh, I'm going to do this first. Now I'm going to do this first. So apologies for the smell. I'll have a shower in a minute, or after I've done this. However long this is, I don't know. There's something in my tea. I don't know what the hell is that. Is it green? What the fuck's that? Oh, it's some food. It's me. It's me. It's bogey. That's what it was. Yeah. So, let's see. What should we talk about? I mean, I always talk about your brain. Was I talking about having counselling again? I am thinking about it. Just to clear, nothing specific. I think it's just healthy, to do something like that every so often. To have like a few weeks of because it's amazing what I've said it before. It's amazing what they pull out of your brain. Why do you feel like this? That's what you have to learn, is why you feel a certain feeling at specific times. Tell you what, I've got a better handle. I used to be really angry, not like in general life, but just I'd fly off the handle at stuff. Just get. I think it was born in frustration. I'd like to know where that came from. I mean, I've got a handle on it now in terms of I manage anger quite well, because everybody gets angry. It's like but you know, some people manage it better than others. That's why you have people having to do anger management and stuff like that. But I think one of my strengths is my laziness, because I can't, because generally how I deal with stuff is like, I can't be arsed. It's too much effort Sometimes it's too much effort to be angry. Sometimes it's too much effort to physically confront someone for no reason. Like, you know, when you're angry and your train of thought is all wrong. So, you know, when they always say, you know, you think with a, I mean, in Punjabi they say "Thande dimaag na," so they say with a cold brain. That's what it would mean, literally. But it's like, you know, don't be hot. You know, when you're hot tempered, you don't think properly. You're not logical. So you got to cool down and then you think better. And that's what I think. That's what it means anyway. My translation of that, my interpretation of that is that. So yeah, you got just got. But I used to be like I say, I used to be like that, and now my laziness is winning. But I just need to control my laziness because my laziness is too powerful and it affects other parts of my life that I want to do. So I have to focus my laziness. See, there's a positive in everything. Even laziness has a positive. Laziness like stops me from loads of stuff, bad stuff. I was like, oh, I can't be arsed, too much effort. And it's like, there you go, and that's gone. It's gone. So laziness is important. That's going to be the title of the episode. Is laziness is important. Oh, the wind's blowing because the door's opened. Can you see? Can you see? Yeah. Resolutions. I haven't got any resolutions. It's the same old. I just want to make sure I'm physically fit, physically able. I was meant to do a lot last year, then I got caught up because my 2020 pandemic one, I was much better physically, so much better. I let it go a little bit towards the end of the year, but it wasn't too bad. But I let that bleed into the next year, then it just kind of hit me, and then I got my little injury, and so I was always playing catch up in 21. It was never quite right, and then it just whatever, didn't work. But yeah, happens to the best of us. But this year I want to focus on it more because I know I can do it, and I know how I felt when I felt like of my recent shapes, probably mid 2020 towards in the summer of 2020, I probably physically felt the best I'd been. I mean, I still had little niggly injuries. They never went away. But if I can get back to that and then work on that, and I think I can get back to that in about within like 12 weeks, 3 months or so. And if I can hit that, I get okay, and then I can build on that, and then. But I just need to. That's where I need to knock I need to knock my laziness on the head on that one, and focus that laziness somewhere else, so I can just go for it. Yeah, there's a couple of things and work stuff as well. So I want to see if I can go and hit a promotion this year, because I've sort of kind of let that go the last couple of years as well, career wise and all that, business and travel. Hopefully, pandemic and all that business. Going away, and we can start travelling again, and see a bit more of Europe. Even like I said, just seeing a little bit more of Europe. I know it's going to be a pain in the arse, but no, with leaving the EU, it's a bit more paperwork. But I'd still like to go because I have no problem with my with our European neighbours, and hopefully they have no problem with me. Excuse me. Yeah, and hopefully, I think we've agreed now that the work on the house will start sometime in the next couple of weeks. So I don't know where I'm going to be recording this from, because this is going to be like a building site, this little dungeon. And then in the future, I don't know where I'll be recording from, because this will be a bedroom. And I suppose in the daytime it's not going to be a bedroom, is it? So, actually, I could. There's places I could record from. It's don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I'm still here. But that should be fun. I hope. But where else are we going with this? Yeah, I was talking about counselling, wasn't I? So yeah, definitely working out the brain, working out what's going on in your own head is important, especially if you're going through stuff and you're not quite sure why. It's because I remember when I did have counselling, I was one thing my counsellor did tell me was about breaking down the feeling of, why. It's questioning your feeling of why do you feel like that, and then boiling it down to if you keep on questioning, you end up boiling it down to that. Oh, that's why, because I dropped a can of beans on my foot, and it's led to you. no, not that. It's not that simplified, but it's normally like where it is within you of why. I mean, I wish I could give an example, but look it up. Google the shit out of it. But yeah, it's questioning why you feel tense, and then if you can get to the reason why you feel tense, in terms of why is that, and then why is that a reason for you to feel tense, and then you can normally go back and back and back and back and back, and hopefully get to the point. That won't work every time, but you know, it's something. And that was one of the things, and I do that often, and then figure it out. I mean, it could be that you know, it could be something like something that. I mean, if you're good enough, I suppose you can bring it back to something that's like fucking happened in the past, not in child. I mean, if it happens in your childhood, it happened in childhood. But so it's amazing what we hold on to from our childhood. I figured out a few things recently about my childhood and why I felt specific ways at certain times. It's fucking weird, man. I've said it before. Mental health is mental. You know, it's amazing. I mean, within the Asian community, it was nothing we were taught when we were younger. I mean, I don't know where in any other community. I can't speak for any other community, but I know in the Asian community, because it's still a thing now that people don't talk about it enough. Well, like with depression or anxiety or anything like that, they're just. I think, but there's a generation now that do, which is refreshing, and I also think it's important to have people around you that you can talk to. Have, like, you know, and outside, normally better outside of the family, and still within your family, if you've got a family that you can talk to, still within your family, because I always find that you don't tell one person everything. You know, when I was talking about last week about masks, you don't tell everybody, like, you know what I say. Some people might. Okay, I'll take that back. Some people might have a person or a group of people that they are so close and they're so comfortable with that they can tell them everything, which is fantastic if you can do that. But then a lot of people, I would say, have a specific one. They have a close circle of friends. It could be family, but let's say friends, for example. A close circle of friends. Okay, let's talk about me, because I have a close circle of friends that and I have lots of family as well, as you know, that I will talk to about, but then I won't. Not everybody knows everything, so I'll talk to somebody about something. You know, if I'm feeling, and they'll know stuff that we've talked about before, I'll go with that. Somewhere else, we'll talk about this, because it's something that we've talked about before that other people might not know, so we'll talk about there and then there, and then so I've got different places I can go to that have those different conversations. Not everybody knows everything, but in the way that I talk to them, it opens it up that they can talk to me. I think back in the past when I started these, I did talk about that friend of mine that we've been close, but we never really had these conversations. And then I'd opened up about, it was very early on, because I'd opened up about I had counselling, and then explained the reason why I had counselling, and then because I'd opened up about with those conversations, they opened up to me and saying that they'd been feeling shit and just stuff going on, and for work and family and all sorts of stresses and stuff like that, and it's like, because they opened up and then we ended up talking for an hour, a couple of hours, they felt so much better. And that's what it is, isn't it? It's like finding that person. Oh shit, I can talk to Dal about that because we talked about it before. You know, it's between me and him, and you know, because it's confidential, like, personal shit that you talk with somebody. It's confidential, isn't it? You're not expected. I know there's no confidentiality agreement with your friends, but if they're truly your friends and truly that close, they wouldn't tell anybody about that shit. Unless it's something fucking illegal. I hope you wouldn't do anything illegal, but you know what I mean. But you know what I mean. That's just people talking shit. But like I say, it's having those people in your life that you can just have and it doesn't have to be everything. Like I say, you can go different places. You can go to your partner. You can go to your sisters or your brothers or your cousins. If you've got those people that you can openly talk to. I mean, I'm surprised at myself sometimes. See, even I surprise myself. I'm surprised. I was thinking about. I thought about it the other day, just walking down the stairs, literally 2 days ago, going like in terms of a little bit of pride in myself that the amount I've opened up, and this is not on here, in conversation with people that I'd never had these conversations with before, that close family members, that I'd had counselling, and the benefits of it, and how much it helped me understand me, because I'm a puzzle wrapped in an enigma. But yeah, and they were surprised, and they were like, oh, and one of my cousins said that they were proud that I'd done it, and two, that I was happy to talk about it, and hopefully, like I say, if it helps them, because it might be that they were too scared to do something like that, or they'd thought about it but said no. But then if I've done it and it's helped me, maybe it's something that they could look at and explore. But it's there, it's out there, and it's worth it. And it's for all sorts of things, isn't it? It's not just for like, I don't think you have to be like depressed to have counselling, or you have to have anxiety, or it could be a gamut of a million reasons. It could be you could just want to understand why why you're getting certain feelings, or like I say, my initial counselling was that it was identified. It was grief related. It wasn't that was the main point that we got to. That it was that my inability to deal with grief that had happened, and it was quite a lot of things that had happened in a quite a short period of time. But then it all went back to, it's still, that happened after 2010, let's say, those short period of like the deaths within the family, that people that I was close to, or people that I knew, and then that was in a short period of time. But that wasn't the issue. The issue was that I hadn't dealt with the biggest bit of grief, was when my dad passed away in 1999. So that was going back 20 years that I hadn't properly grieved, or hadn't properly dealt with that within me, and then it affected anything else that was happening. That really then sort of it snowballed over time. That was the word I was looking for. Snowballed over time to the point where it was like it was really affecting me. But I didn't know that. I didn't understand that. All right, that's gone. It's happened. It's something else. There must be something wrong with me. And there's clearly plenty of things wrong with me. But you've spoken to me plenty of times. Yeah, and that was what helped me, and helped me understand my feelings. And that writing the letter thing was a brilliant way of dealing with. For me, it was a brilliant way of dealing with, because it was like physical. I needed to do something physical, I suppose. But it's definitely worth it. Or if you just want to talk, I'm here. I can talk shit all day long, as you know, as I've got on here on good old YouTube, who's helped me with me videos, of hosting my videos. So nice of them. But yeah, it's all good in the hood. That tea's getting cold. I wish I had a microwave in here. Don't wish I had a microwave. This is gonna be weird. I'm just looking at this. It's gonna be weird in here because it's not gonna be here. Oh well. We move on, don't we? That's what we do. We move on, and we move. What else was I going to talk about? I don't know. I said that because I didn't even think of anything. I've literally just walked in here with Spiderman on my brain. And I'm gone. Where we are now? We're at half an hour. Oh, we could go for a little bit longer, can't we? Not bored, are you? Hear me ramble on about nonsense. Let's see, where do we go from here? We'll go to... I do talk about mental health quite a lot, but I think it's important. And the more I learn, the better it is for everybody, isn't it? That doesn't make any sense. The more I learn, the more I talk about it, I think is better for people. If they're struggling to talk about it. So it's just been. Somebody said on one of the messages, I've been open and honest, and I try and be as open and honest as I can on here. I think this is a good format for me to one, you can physically see me, and two, because I think who said it? Somebody said it's like when they, when they have their podcasts and do stuff like that. It's hard for somebody to be fake and dishonest when they're talking for so long, and I hope that somebody doesn't think I'm being fake or dishonest. But I have put a lot of video out, and I think I've been consistent with what I talk about, and most of you know me, I think. So it's not as if you don't know me. It's like you know me anyway. So this is just adding on to it. And when we see each other again, this is a good topic of conversation. Well, you don't have to talk some shit, did you? I say yes, I do, but you knew that anyway because you've spoken to me plenty of times before. And the amount of shit I talk since I've been spending more time with myself has actually increased, not decreased. So I'm a wealth of nonsense conversation now. The more than I was before. It's amazing, really. Who'd have thunk it? Yes. What was playing on my mind? There was something playing on my mind the other day. Actually, there was something I thought about the other day. I do this every week. There was something I thought about the other day, saying, "Oh, but that'll be interesting to explore." But it's got out of my head now. I should write these things down. I never do. I'll keep on advice. I give advice to myself all the time and never take it up. So I hope if I do mention anything on here that's advisory, I hope you do listen to me more than I listen to me. Because I don't listen to myself enough, but I did pat myself on the back about the mental health thing. that was the loving yourself a little bit. Dwindling. I've talked about that before. Dwindling friendships, dwindling relationships. How the pandemic has caused a lot of. That was maybe not the last one, the one before that one, possibly the last one. I don't know. But there was pandemic has it's created distance, and it's everything sort of on message or like less phone calls, more messages now, isn't it? With a lot of people, not everybody. I mean, when's the last time you had a long conversation with somebody about anything? Like over the phone, just just having a. I mean, I had one today. An hour on the phone today with my mate, with me bro, and I had half an hour with one of my mates the other last week. So yeah, I mean I still have conversations because the one thing I can do, I can talk, and I spoke to my sister the other day as well. So yeah, I still have phone calls, I still have conversations. But what I'm saying, think about. Rather than message, not saying that you don't get your messages, but like I say, messages lose their context, especially if you're trying to express something seriously, or it's hard to decipher how somebody's feeling in a message unless they clearly put how they're feeling in the message, or I suppose they can express it with an emoji, but a lot of people don't. But when somebody's talking, you could normally hear something in their voice. If there's, like you say, if they're not quite as chirpy as they normally would be, or if somebody's upbeat and they're a bit down, you don't know that in a message. You know that by a conversation. You know that in a voice. So it's always it's good to talk, as the BT adverts used to say. They were right. It is good to talk, just for your own benefit. It's good to talk. Definitely. It's getting cold in here. I knew I should have worn a jumper. I was like, I'm in an orange. I was like, nah, it's alright, I'll be alright. And when I walked in here, I thought, it's not too bad in here. And now I'm in here, I'm going, fucking hell, it's cold. It's not freezing, but it's chilly. Let's say it's chilly. It's not even chilly, there's a chill in the air. So, I've not got any. I've got hairy arms, so that'll keep me warm. Should rub your chest. Is it turning you on? That feels nice actually. Yes. So 2020, 2022, I'm going to get my tattoo. Finally this year I will get my tattoo, probably in the summer. I'm not. I've not actually told anybody what I want, so not that I'm going to tell anybody on here, but I will get it. But it is going to be half sleeve onto the chest. You got a special appearance from Mother. I suppose I do have to go because my uncles have just turned up. That's what we say, Mummy honey, yeah, meaning your uncles are here. So I'm going to go and chat to my uncles. So, I will love you and leave you. 35 minutes, not too bad for somebody who can't talk properly. Finish my cold tea. Oh, I bet that looked attractive. But anyway, I love you and leave you. So I'll catch you guys next week, I promise. And I hope everybody has a good week. Hope this is a good start for the new year for you all. And love you and leave you, as I've said 3 times already. Love you, especially you.